Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Caveman to Cosmos with me, Alpha Pi Omega and Byzantium. So the year is 2153 BC, turn 3536, and we are one turn away from brass working. But as usual, before we go there, what's new? Well, what's new? Not much, quite honestly. We've just been working on the economy heavily. Now, the income that you see here is not realistic. We had some celebrations going on this turn, so we are in fact getting like 40 gold, something like that per turn, but that is simply promising. And as we are now on the limit of cities that we can get without penalties, it is only a matter of time before we are going to settle new ones. Now I get a couple of ideas where we could do that. First of all, the ideal position for a city would be here. I know you guys are against that because it's too close and yada yada yada, but it would get access to the fine clay, to sugar and olives. And it would work well with what we have planned for the future, which is a city here, conquest of the city here, and then another city here. And basically it would solidify this entire border. Another idea comes to mind, which would be a port over here. Or we could go north as we wanted over here. Or we have a couple of ideas to build the cities on the coast here. Or I mean, we could go with something more adventurous, like going here. But what do we know? What do we know? There is still a lot of turns between us and that moment. Now, we have raised the cities that were here, that belong to Mali. Mali hates us now, but we managed to make peace with them, which is great. And we even got 2 captive civilians out of that. One is already almost at Dorelium, where I'm hoping they will be able to join the city, and another one should be escorted by our... Are you here? Yep, another one is here, being escorted. Oh, right to Dorelium. I actually thought I sent them elsewhere. As far as our operations against Israel goes, I think we've tortured them enough, so I decided to leave only the shadow killers here to fight them. And we are sending the other units, the Red Death, and another one is on its way somewhere. Over here, the Green Death. Red Death and Green Death are going to plague Babylon now, because while we managed to destroy a couple of cities of Israel and keep their score sub 500, we have been growing, so we are now at 716, but Babylon has been growing quite dramatically recently, and they have a number of cities that we need to sort of cull, but I would be okay with just plundering their countryside, destroying their units, workers, and generally just causing mayhem, which will in turn destabilize them as far as their economy goes. Now, one thing that I'm also interested in is that I think that we can actually upgrade our Neanderthal trackers to, well, to the Ranger, quite honestly, because we now have access to those, and I haven't done that, so we'll see if the Black Hand, the only surviving scout unit of ours, can do that. And if they can, maybe we can get a couple more and just leave them around scouting, because we cannot get any more murderous death units. Now, there is an option to get these guys, the ambushers, but they seem to be a fairly easy target, so I might still do it. I'm considering it, but not entirely sold on the idea. You will notice that we are planning an axeman, spearman, and a druidic missionary here. They are all for Dorelium, which is not converted to the faith. Oh, and nor is Adi, now that I'm looking at it. Okay, so we're gonna add another one here. The druidic missionary, I mean. Just for good measure, where are you? The commissioner, because we need to spread the faith, the only true faith that is important. And we already strengthened the local defenses by sending down there. Where are they? Southern patrols. Here they are. Dorelium Town Javeliniers. They are fully focused on defending a city. And if you notice, we now have 2 archer units there. An elephant unit will have the town javelineers, and we are also building here an axeman and spearman. So we will have bonuses against all types of units that the enemy can throw at us. Just, you know, to make sure, because Durham is still quite far away from being able to get the walls, and while other cities might have some defenses. Actually, you know what, speaking of which, we can upgrade some of you to make sure that we have top-notch units here. So while the other cities might have better defenses, well, actually Adi does, although DK doesn't, but they have the walls shuttled. Okay, Durham is nowhere near that. Last but not least, we also got another great person. It was a second great merchant, so I joined him in the city because it gives us extra experience, but most importantly, extra food and income. And while having an extra technology would be good, those spread to others while money stay here and they just multiply. So I calculated that if we went all the way to the end of the game and we remained at this current level of income in Constantinople, which we are not going to, those money are going to grow, we would gain something like 150,000 gold just from this one merchant. So that makes it worth it, and more worth it than any technology that we can get. So now let's end the turn and hear it for brass working, because I'm looking forward to it. And to the next technology that we get after that as well, which should be sundial, I think, which is a nice scientific technology.
Men admire the man who can organize their wishes and thoughts in stone and wood and steel and brass.
Okay, so brass working reveals brass ingots, electrum ingots, brass wires, and electrum wires. And we get a bunch of smiths that quite honestly are not that good, but all gives us, unfortunately, extra air pollution and extra fire risk. But we'll have to get some of those. And these will need to be gathered in our cities, because eventually these will be requirements for other buildings and units, I'm pretty sure. Oh, okay. Yeah, it is sundial. Amazing. What did we find? You discovered a source of barley near Dorevale. Nice. Okay, well that makes it better, but I'm still gonna keep you here. We can grow this eventually, but yeah, with the extra barley here, not actually. Let's check. No, that's not worth it. I wanted to say that with the extra source, it's gonna boost the city's growth significantly. Speaking of which, I forgot to mention that we have diamond now near Constantinople, which is unbelievably amazing. So one of the things that I built here as well was the diamond mine, which gives us additional boost in income. Can we see it here? Diamond. Or is it mine diamond? Yeah. So we now have mine diamond here, which you can see gives a ton of extra gold, though a bit of sickness. And can you build something? Yeah, you could get the brass smelter and electrum smelter. What is that electrum actually? Electrum is a natural occurring alloy of gold and silver with trace amount of copper and other metals. Okay. And what is it necessary for? Not much, but the electrum ingots might be necessary for something else. Not sure, but yeah, we can get the smelter for brass and smelter for electrum in our cabin also. Yeah, if you want to get the flame mobility to high hundreds, that's nice. That's actually really nice. And we could, I guess, build a tavern here and get some more guards that would negate it. Or do we have you enforcers here? Yeah, you lower the crime by 4. Okay, you know what? So let's get another enforcer here. Then let's get the Electrum guys and the tavern here. I'm gonna go the other way around because I think that it might be a good idea to have them here. Oh, and not income, but research. So yeah, we'll have another source of income, and maybe that's gonna open another building for us. Okay, and you can now join the city, making Dorawan even bigger, which is amazing. And the next unit is gonna join there as well. Yep, so now Dorawan is free. Amazing. So raising those cities and the war with Mali was actually beneficial for us. Once we get that next unit, we're gonna put it in here as well, which is only going to make it grow faster and bigger, because the next one is going to be put here. Actually, if I put you here, yep, that is better. And the 4th unit is gonna come here. So Music Hut is going on. We have 71 turns to the next level up in culture. Cool. And then percussions, maker, dance, hut, torches, lumber. Okay, then we go back to industry. And you guys were here. Oh yeah, you built the spice camp or whatever it's called. Gathering camp? No, orchard. Okay, you built the orchard here. And there are some other places where we can put you, like here. Cool. So yeah, I'm gonna continue doing stuff as usual, and I'll see you in 25 turns with Sundial, because that is where we are going to be doing fine. And as you can see here, we're doing pretty good on the income. It's not that great, but it is definitely something that we can do. And okay, we'll need a ton of gold to upgrade some of these units, and you guys could actually get a better defense in Wadi Osa. We got you guys here, but that's not gonna help. Okay, so I'll need to bolster their defense as well, which means Vodena. Okay, you can also build the Electrum and the Tavern, and then go with the meager research. Your crime is also something that we need to lower. Wait, Constantinople got more in that, doesn't it? Or is Constantinople here? Nope, not really. So you can also build those for yourself, and then we're gonna go with the meager research. Okay, amazing. See you in the next update. Turn 3562, 1991 BC, and we are 1 turn away from Sundial. But there is a couple of things that I wanted to speak about, as usual. First of all, Thessaloniki just recently grown to population 14. And also, as you can see, they are now building the Colossus, which, and I'm not entirely sure if it is just about Thessaloniki or all of the cities, but if we finish the Colossus, all city water tiles should give us 1 extra gold. So I'll have to check if this is implied just for Thessaloniki or for other cities as well. But I made sure that it's built in a city that has quite a lot of water tiles, so that we can take maximum effect out of that. Which is pretty cool, considering Thessaloniki is quickly becoming, I think it's already maybe the 2nd largest city in our empire, after Constantinople. Yep. Thessaloniki is the biggest one after Constantinople, which is amazing, with 10,000 people living in there. Quite nice. Constantinople still leads with 30,000 people, so it's like 3 times bigger than Thessaloniki, but that is pretty good. Then we have Adrianople, then Patra, then Vodena, Nicaea, and Antioch. Kind of interesting, because that's a fairly young city. And then there's the rest of them. How big is population then? Is that like 5,000? 3,000, okay. So 3,000 people living in Antioch, in Vodena, and in Nicaea. Another thing that I wanted to mention is that Doriolaum is now at population 4. We've joined the second captive civilian into the city. It's going to grow in 65 turns. And as you can see, the culture has grown again, stealing 2 more towns from our neighbor Babylon. It's still a town with lead ore, so we've built a mine there. And actually, I think maybe these 2 tiles and these 2. Oh yeah, these ones and these 2, I remember now. Which quite dramatically increased the production or industrial capacity in the city itself. We're now working on a lumber camp, then the tan maker, but I'm thinking that I will shadow a couple of these cheap, quick buildings because they would greatly boost the city. Now, there is a new city here, Sapia. I'm not sure if I spoke about it before, but if we ever get into a conflict with Babylon, this city is going down. I will not spare it. We're also sitting at 2,125 gold, even though we have upgraded all of the border region. Actually, when you check, we have a number of new units in Dorivaum protecting it, and we also strengthened the defense in Adi and Ladios, with upgraded units, the Copper Spears, Cotton Eaters, Southern Patrols, and some of these units here, Southern Spears. They've all been upgraded to better work on the defense. And Dorivaum, I think, is pretty close to building walls. Nope, no walls shadowed there. I have to do it. I have to put it in there because it's only 9 turns now and it's going to give us a massive bonus to the defense because I want the border secure. Not that I wouldn't trust Babylon, but I don't. Anyway, back to the money. The fact is that we have a lot of gold and we've been getting it by actually sending our retrained... Where are they? Actually, I've pulled them... here they are. Red Death has been retrained because they killed the original one. So now we have Red Death Grave Robbers who are continuing the good work that has been done by original Red Death. Peace be to their corpses. And we've been capturing workers all over the place, capturing battering rams, destroying some lighter equipped units, putting them into our territory and disbanding them, which is giving us hundreds and hundreds of gold. I'm pretty sure that implies that we are dealing with some slave trade here, but I don't want to get too much into that. Apart from it, I think we're doing pretty good. Here's our Green Death that's moving a stolen subdued desert tarantula to our territory, and once it gets in here, they are also going to go and terrorize the cities near us. I think we're going to try to raise Sapia itself, but I'm not sure how what our prospect in that is. I also wanted to mention that we are currently going to start training a settler, because I think that the income is increasing when you look at what we're building fast enough for us to settle another city, and even if it doesn't, we can pay for it. But I'm still not sure where the city is going to be built. I would, and I think that I'm gonna go with that, like a city here to have an additional port, because port cities give you quite a lot of income. Or we might build it here to solidify our position in this area. I still plan to take Thapsus away from Carthage eventually. So having a city in here and having a city then later, for example, here and then Thapsus would mean that we get this entire territory covered and we have a wide network of cities. Now I know you guys prefer expansion outwards, but what use is this entire area that we own if we cannot actually utilize the things here? And if we settle a city here, it will immediately start getting some massive boosts and growth from the tiles that we are not using at this point. Alternatively, I might send it eastwards to settle somewhere around here, though there is not much interesting in here. There's some stone, bison, and tin, but we already got that. And the city would have to be... around here or around here, which I don't think these prairies would be good for a fast-growing city. Alternative again would be a port up here, which is also a good idea, because you know this is a pretty good place. Or it could be up here where there is a lot of lush land and resources. So I think we've already discussed that the city could be either founded here, getting access to pearls, lobster, mammoths, and coffee. If we didn't build it all the way up north, 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, if we settled it here, it would get all of these, and also the melon and the turquoise. So this would be a pretty good place. Yeah, that seems like a city that could really grow pretty quickly, leaving us an additional slot here probably, or here, and then another city here. Damn, we need too many cities. I'm still torn on that, but I know that I don't want to expand outwards at this point because I don't want to get into any direct conflict, and I'm happy with the border cities here. So that would actually suggest that we should build our next 2 cities in this area and take Thapsus, because that way we are going to solidify this area, and we have a strong border against Babylon, meaning that they won't threaten us much. And the entirety of our inner area is secure behind these cities. So this is a safe zone. Yeah, I know. I've been dealing with the same thoughts for the last dozen or so episodes. I'm well aware of it. But unfortunately, I still don't have an answer. And I think all of the answers are actually good at this point. We can do pretty much whatever we want. Every city that we are going to build is going to be amazing. So yeah, that's that.
I go away and come again each day, but thou shalt go away and never return.
That's actually a pretty interesting quote. Workers build improvement 5% faster, leads to seafaring. We get Antikythera mechanism, extra science culture, and great scientist, and it gives us 1 free technology. Okay, that's pretty good. Requires gears. Okay, we're not gonna be able to build that. Stargazers have begun and bronze wares. Okay, but a pretty good city. Pretty good city enhancement considering it gives us a free technology. And Gate of the Sun can turn 1 citizen into a priest. A lot of culture. Requires sundial, Toncock sculptures, stone. 11,000 and 10,500. And then a regular sundial gives extra protection, gold, and education. Requires marble or stone, which we have everywhere. So yeah, we are probably going to go ahead and build that. I just wonder. Sundial costs 1,530 and takes 7 turns, so holy hell, those are gonna be expensive. It's gonna be like 50 turns for each. Can we see on the Wonders tab? Yeah. 44 turns for our capital. And the other one is not even here? I don't see it. Maybe it was already built, I'm not sure. But yeah, we might be interested in that in case we are... or in case when we finish the Colossus. Anyway, next we're getting Piracy. Okay, that's really interesting. Piracy going all the way back here. I don't think that one is gonna give us much though. Cog Merchant, Arabian. Yeah, it gives a couple of ships. The Cog Merchant might be good, but explore rival territory. Cannot defend trade missions. Yeah, that's basically nothing. Actually, this is completely... Does it give anything interesting? Naval warfare? I mean, we're not gonna use this one. Speaking of which, we're actually not at all working on our naval capacity. I kind of give up on it. We have those fleets in our cities, but not much else is going on. Interesting. Anyway, you gave us the worker, haven't you? Let's send you down here to spy on our enemies. Okay, you found no one. And Black Hand just hunting eagles as they do. And where's the worker? Didn't we capture a worker? Didn't send them with you, did I? No, I thought we captured a worker that I saw it there. Maybe it teleported somewhere. Oh, never mind. So anyway, the plan for now is to continue with Piracy. I'm going to build up more things in the south, and you will probably see me... You will probably definitely see me build the settler and found a new city. Either it's gonna be here already, or we are going to settle it together. So, see you in the next update. Turn 3581, year 1872 BC, and we are one turn away from Piracy. But before we go there, again, let's do a little check on where we are right now. So most of our cities are doing kind of okay. As far as the south goes, you can see that Dorelaum is very close to, well, close. It is getting closer to getting level 5. We are currently working on a basket weaver, a couple of education and money-oriented buildings, especially the ones that are cheap to get. After which we are going back to increasing production. The city of Laodicea is going to soon build the walls, and I think that Adi has the walls, and Darwim also. Okay, so Laodicea will have the walls very soon, and that will fortify our entire border. We are also doing our best, as you can see here, another captured worker, to raid and hurt Babylon. So far I haven't really seen a difference in their score. We tried to do a couple of attacks on Sapia, but they kind of dramatically increased their defense of the city, so that's not gonna happen anytime soon. But we're hunting workers, we're hunting these weaker units that you can see. Oh, actually these guys would be able to defend themselves against our grave robbers, but not against our other unit, which is here, right? Yeah, they could get them. So yeah, that's what's happening. As far as the new city goes, we have found it here. I know many of you will comment that that's a bad choice, but I wanted there to strengthen our logistical support of these cities. Basically, this area is now safe, and we are going to move to build another city here and then conquer Thapsus. So looking forward to that. The city itself is going to grow its culture in one turn, after which we are going to finally get access to the fine clay, which is over here. Right now we are using just this olive plot and some other. I'm not really forcing them to work much on yeah, I mean, this plot would have a lot of industrial production, but other than that, I'm just letting them do whatever they need while we are working on the Flint Gatherer. We have actually completed one thing that I kind of enjoyed that I didn't know about was in the game, which is Wonder of Nature. Turns out that when you get close to a wonder of nature, which we have here, like Baikal, you can get a special building that will give you a lot of nice bonuses, as we did here. So that boosted our production culture, great person generation, health, and happiness quite dramatically. And it's only going to get better as we go. Actually, ecology is going to kill the food income, but it's going to give us a huge boost in science. Same with education. That one is just give us that. Tourism will give us a lot of income. Fishing, I think we already... Yep, okay, we got that, yeah. Spearfishing and fishing gave us that 5, which are going to go away with ecology. But the bonus to trade routes, freshwater, that will remain there. So yeah. Other news, we are doing sort of good on everything. We're having a lot of trouble with crime though. We're dropping that in Constantinople, by the way, on 27 turns until we reach population 18. Slowly filling out these plots. Yes, Patra has crime 115. 104 for the number, but it's dropping slightly. We have 207 in Thessaloniki. So these crimes are getting really a bit out of hand. That's the conceptual. Yeah, shoplifting, it's actually starting to hurt our economy pretty badly. Okay, well, I guess we'll have to hire more town guards, though the income after we founded Amorium is not exactly that great, minus 76. We can do that for like 50, 60 turns maybe, and it's only going to get better as we grow our other cities. But damn, I wasn't expecting that. We were founding it at a point where we had like plus 80, maybe 90 gold. No, it is pretty dramatic drop in income. But yeah, new city will boost us in all favors, and fortunately we're filling this awful gap. I thought it would be weird to have it like this, but nothing here and here, and that's what Carthage took advantage of anyway. So let's end the turn, see it or hear it for Piracy, and look forward to the next technology. Colossus will come before that though, I'm pretty sure, so we'll start the next episode by doing that. By doing the Colossus. How weird that sounds, right?
Every normal man must be tempted, at times, to spit upon his hands, hoist the black flag, and begin slitting throats.
Damn, this is brutal. H.L. Mencken. Or Mencken. I don't even know who that is, but might be worth checking out where this is from. Anyway, Piracy allows us to get Valet free and build up schemes free. Okay, so we can increase crime and get some extra stealth strikes. Okay, Smuggler's Shanty. Damn, it's actually... Oh, plus 10 crime. Okay, I'm avoiding these ones. Same with the Thief Den. Actually, is this an upgrade to the Thief Den? Seems like it could be. To... May only exist on... wait, let's check Thief's Den if it upgrades into that. If it doesn't, like, I mean, Smuggler's Shanty, it sounds a bit weird, or a bit different than... Wait, can't find it. Smuggler's Shanty, Opium, Tobacco, Heartbreakers, requires Despotism. No, actually it doesn't, but requires alcohol and drugs. So in cities where we have a lot of buildings that would, remove crime, this could be a good source of income, but on the other hand, the plus 10 crime is just awful. I mean, we're already getting fighting, so... Cog Merchant, Arabian Gallet, Borobudur, and Galliot are new buildings, new units that we're getting. But none of them are probably going to give us much. Okay, next come locks, and I know that locks, for a fact, help with crime. Yeah, locksmith. Okay, that's going to help us quite nicely. And it gives us a burglar. Can attack Vatican War, hidden nationality. Enters all cities peacefully. Okay, so this guy might be one that we're actually going to start sending to our enemies. Only 2 are allowed to get Veil. Okay, so if we upgrade them to increase riots, that could be decent. With that said, let's get that more income, 225. What about you? Can you hit there? No. Nothing really interesting here near the border. After they struck us that bad, I am trying to make sure that they don't find our units isolated anywhere. Okay, this one. We got the Axeman there. We could kill the Hunter, but let's rather retreat. Oh, Subdued Ego there. Okay, the borders of Babylon are expanding massively. I've been tracking them and they pretty much closed Carthage off at this point. They get just this little tiny passageway, and I'm not sure if they are still even able to go through there. And what about Amorium? Okay, so you got us this. Oh, that's gonna be amazing. What did you build here? You finished Okay, the pasture, that's good. More general income. And what will you build there? You can build a quarry, a lumber mill. So I think a quarry would be, yeah, +8 industry and +2 with quarry. Cool. So that will put it at 13 industry, 2 gold and 1 food. Cool. So then we're switching Amorium to using this one and probably this one, which will slow down its growth but dramatically increase the construction capabilities here. So yeah, that's gonna be the next goal for me, to improve this area, make sure that we get more. You can see there's a lot of unused forests here and other stuff which we are also going to develop. After which we are getting the Colossus in 11 turns, which is going to give us... Oh, actually that one doesn't give us extra technology. Okay, so I'll see you in 29 turns with the locks, and at that point we are going to be able to check if we actually got a boost to all of the water tiles or just the one around Thessaloniki. So, thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you next time with more Caveman to Cosmos.